At number 13 is Tobacco Vanille. It's my most hated Tom Ford fragrance of all time. I bought it because it's at the top of everybody's Tom Ford fragrance list, but I can't stand it because it smells like raisins. And I hate raisins. Raisins are my most hated fruit, and I pick raisins out of everything. So when I smelled this, and I just smelled raisins, I was like, no, absolutely not. So that is 13, my most hated Tom Ford fragrance, Tobacco Vanille. At number 12, just slightly better than Tobacco Vanille, is Noir de Noir. It's grown on me, but when I first got it, I did not like it for the same reason that I don't like Tobacco Vanille. It smells like raisins or reminds me of raisins, and it also has a dried fruit note. So it has grown on me over the years, but it's still just not one of my favorites. But it is slightly better than Tobacco Vanille, and that is 12 Noir de Noir. At number 11 is Bitter Peach. I don't like it because it smells like cough syrup or a candy cough drop or hard candy. It's got this sickening sweet note to it that smells cheap. So that is number 11, Bitter Peach. At number 10 is Lost Cherry. I just recently bought this, and I do like it better than Bitter Peach, and I don't get that sickening sweet candy smell. It smells like a smoked cherry, but it's very faint on me, so I think I'm anosmic to it, or it must have ambroxan in it, because I barely smelled this when I did an unboxing and first impression, and I overspray this, I will douse myself in it, and I just can't smell anything, so I'm pretty sure I'm anosmic to this, so it's got to have ambroxan in it, or some other note that I'm anosmic to. But I do like it, I just can't smell it very much. At number 9 is Costa Azura Parfum. Honestly, I just bought it because it had recently come out and I loved the gold bottle, and I needed a summer fragrance and it seemed like a good choice. But I don't really like it. It smells kind of syrupy and like a thick, sweet, heavy syrup, which you don't really want during the summer. I bought it as a summer fragrance, but it just seemed too heavy to be putting on and going to the beach or going out to the club, or I took it to Fire Island for the weekend, and it just seemed very heavy for Fire Island and going to the clubs and going to the beach, so it's just really not for me. It's marketed to both men and women, but I think it might appeal more to women, even though all fragrances are unisex, wear what you want, but it's just really not for me. At number 8 is Effing Fabulous. I do like it, but it doesn't really seem that fabulous to me, so I don't think it deserves the name. It's not effing fabulous. It's pretty good and it's nice, but not effing fabulous. To me, it smells just like sage and powder. It's a very light fragrance. It's very different from what all the other fragrances so far are. It's very unique, very distinct. I do like it, but I don't think it's worthy of the name. So that is number 8, Effing Fabulous. At number 7 is Oud Wood. I do like it. It's more of a winter fragrance, and it's kind of dark, heavy, and spicy. To me, it's more of a masculine fragrance. Yeah, I get just like kind of spicy pepper. I think the color of the atomizer matches the fragrance scent. I get gray, pepper, warm, spicy. I like it. It's nice. I don't wear it a lot because it just seems a little bit heavy for me. I think a lot of Tom Ford fragrances seem just very heavy and fancy, and honestly, I'm not that fancy. I am more casual light, but I love the Tom Ford brand. Honestly, I think I love the Tom Ford brand more than I love the fragrances, but the fragrances are easier to buy into because the clothes are very expensive and you can't really wear them that much, but fragrances are an easy way to buy into a brand that you love, and I love Tom Ford. The man, the brand, the whole ethos, just everything about the brand. So I really, really wanted to buy the fragrances, so I really got into the fragrances. I realized the fragrances just maybe aren't all that, or just not for me, or they're too expensive or too fancy. But I love Tom Ford. I will always love Tom Ford. And another reason a lot of these fragrances haven't resonated with me is because they're all kind of blind buys. I would watch videos on YouTube and watch reviews, and these were all on tops of people's lists, or they had just come out. People were talking about them. They got a lot of buzz. So I'd do a blind buy and then realize I don't like them. So a lot of them have been hit or miss. A lot of misses so far, but I love Tom Ford so much, so I'm willing to take the risk on these blind buys whenever he comes out with a new fragrance. So that was number 7, Oud Wood. At number 6 is Tuscan Leather. This is actually the first Tom Ford fragrance I ever bought. I bought it at Bloomingdale's downtown in Soho, and I just smelled it at the counter and was like, let's do it, because I wanted to buy a Tom Ford fragrance. So I bought this, and I think I bought Noir de Noir at the same time. I do like this. It is nice, but I've oversprayed this. The last time I wore this, I went to a friend's art gallery opening, and I put 5 or 6 sprays on, and I had a headache all night because I oversprayed. So this stuff is potent. Go easy on it. 1 or 2 sprays is plenty. It is a beautiful fragrance. I do like Tuscan Leather. It's very luxe, and it's great. I do like it. So that's number 6, Tuscan Leather. At number 5 is Eau de Soleil Blanc. I haven't even opened this yet. I just bought it because when I first bought Tuscan Leather, they gave me a sample of Eau de Soleil Blanc, and I didn't really care about it. I wasn't into it. It just wasn't on my radar, and I was just like, oh, it's a sample. Who cares? Whatever. I might have smelled it and just thought it wasn't for me back then. But recently, I started sniffing it again and was like, wow, I like this. So your tastes can change over the years. So I went ahead and I bought a bottle. So I'm very excited. I'll do an unboxing later, maybe on TikTok or something. So that is Eau de Soleil Blanc at number 5. At number 4 is Vanilla Sex. I just bought this. It came out recently, within the last few months, but I just recently bought it about a few weeks ago, and I do like it, but I don't smell really vanilla or almonds. People say it smells like bitter almond or an almond croissant. I don't really get that. To me, it smells like makeup or putty or clay. I wore it to work, and my coworker who sits next to me said that she could smell the almond croissant, the bitter almond, or the gourmand aspect to it, that it smelled like food to her. But to me, I just, smell makeup, clay, putty. It is nice, and I do like it. So that's number 4, Vanilla Sex. At number 3 is Ombre Leather Parfum. I do like this. You just smell pure leather. So it's similar to Tuscan Leather, but that is more complex and nuanced and multi-layered and multifaceted. With this, you get just pure leather. The first time I smelled it, it just reminded me of kiwi black shoe polish. You know, that shoe polish that comes in a little tin? It's a simple, straightforward leather note. It's very sexy. I can see you wearing this, you know, with a leather jacket on a motorcycle or some leather outfit. It's just very dark and intense and sexy. So that's number 3, Tom Ford Ombre Leather Parfum. At number 2 is Black Orchid. This is the OG, the fragrance that started it all. This is the very first fragrance Tom Ford Beauty or Tom Ford Fragrances ever came out with. And I think I read on the Wikipedia page that when Tom Ford was pitching this to the executives, he told them he wanted it to smell like a man's gym shorts after he's worked out. He was a little bit more graphic than that, so imagine what Tom Ford actually said. I don't really get that. It's just a beautiful scent. I don't like florals normally, but it's a different type of floral because it's a black orchid, which black orchids don't even really exist. It's a synthetic made up note that was created for this fragrance for Tom Ford. And it is beautiful. So that's number 2, Black Orchid, the very first fragrance that Tom Ford ever created. And in the number 1 spot is Tom Ford Noir Extreme. So this is just part of the signature line. It's not part of the extra fancy private blends. It's just the regular signature line. But the reason I like it is because to me, it's very wearable. I've been able to wear this every day, and it's not overly fancy like these other ones can be, or the private blends can be. And I just love the notes. The cardamom, pistachio, the spices, the kulfi. It's just wonderful and wearable. So this is my number 1 Tom Ford fragrance. That's my ranking of my 13 Tom Ford fragrances so far. If you like this video and want to see more, comment, like, and subscribe. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!